South Africa will host the first Africa T20 Cup as a curtain raiser to the domestic season. The Cup, which will look to replicate the success of other T20 competitions like the Big Bash in Australia and the Indian Premier League, will run for a month from September the 4th till October the 4th. 16 teams will compete in the event, with 12 provincial sides affiliated to Cricket South Africa, along with an associate member from KwaZulu-Natal inland. The other 3 teams will come from Zimbabwe, Kenya and Namibia, who have already accepted invitations. The tournament will be a World Cup style of competition consisting of 4 pools of 4 teams, with the winners of each pool advancing to the semi-finals and finals. The venues for the pool matches will be in Sahara Willowmore Park in Gauteng, Sins Park in the northwest, the Diamond Oval in Northern Cape and the Mangwang Oval in Free State. To get more on this, we're now joined by the Chief Executive of Cricket South Africa, Haroon Lorgat. Mr. Lorgat, what has been your inspiration in creating this event?
Well, for some while now as Cricket South Africa, we've been wanting to get ourselves involved into developing the game in Africa. We know the African Cricket Association has been doing a sterling job for a number of years as part of the ICC's development program. But I think being known as the powerhouse on the African continent insofar as cricket is concerned, we felt obligated to get involved. And this was a great opportunity because at the same time we were looking to develop some good content for our domestic affiliates and associate members. So by marrying the two, we felt this was a great opportunity to develop this T20 competition.
How will the competition be structured?
What we've done is we've invited 3 countries from Africa plus the 13 teams that we've got amongst the South African domestic setup. So that gives us 16 teams, which will be broken up into 4 pools of 4 teams each, with each one of the winners or pool winners going through to the semi-finals and final.
And will you look to attract overseas players to boost global interest?
We would look to that in due course, but initially what we're keen on doing is to give all of our players on the continent the opportunity to participate. What we've done is to allow 1 slot for the Pro-Tier players or international players. So yes, the short answer would be that in due course we will look for foreign involvement as well.
What about the prize money? What's on offer?
At the moment, we are in discussion with commercial partners. We've got several parties interested. We were not able to secure and finalize those deals before the launch date yesterday. But hopefully in due course, we will secure that and we'll make some further announcements with regards prize money and the commercial aspects to the tournament.
Now, T20 cricket around the world brings new audiences to the sport. How will you harness this interest?
Well, we think the continent is ripe for supporting cricket and in particular 2020 cricket. We did have a domestic tournament for the affiliates in the 2020 format, which we are replacing with this more African 2020 competition. I think there's already some interest domestically. I've been very encouraged since the announcement to see how the continent has reacted to it. And we've got live broadcast of 10 days of the tournament. So I think we will be pleasantly surprised at what we will see as the following for this competition.
As the leading cricket nation in Africa, is this part of South Africa's plan to promote the game throughout the continent?
That is so, and as I mentioned earlier, we know the African Cricket Association has been doing a good job, but we want to try and get behind the ACA, plus that which we can as the leading full member on the continent to spread and develop the game a little bit further than what it was done before.
Now, it's interesting that the South African teams taking part will be feeder teams from your provinces. Is this part of the plan to develop more black cricketers to meet your transformation targets?
That is correct. We will retain the same targets that we have in our domestic setup for our South African affiliates. But I also think it's a great opportunity for emerging cricketers, particularly black players, to stake a claim. You know, in March of 2016, there's the ICC World T20 that's being hosted in India, and hopefully this is an early start for young players to stake a claim for higher honours.
There are other African nations that play cricket like Zambia, Nigeria and Rwanda, etc. Why only invite Zimbabwe, Namibia and Kenya?
Well, there's three. In fact, Namibia is also invited. What we chose to do was to invite Zimbabwe as being the other full member on the continent. And then we asked the African Cricket Association for the top two teams that were sitting on their rankings table. And that was Kenya and Namibia. I think we're starting with 16 teams, which means there are 3 teams from Africa. Hopefully in due course, we will be able to grow the number of teams participating. And that would allow us to include or invite more teams from Africa.
Haroon Lorgat, thank you for talking to us and taking the time to speak to Sports News Africa.